Welcome to the Odd News Service. I'm going to talk to this camera when I'm talking to the audience. That way they can look straight in my eyes and see the disdain that I have for them. And we do have that camera up there, so we can always talk about
my look of disdain.
Like, hello, camera. Are you looking down on us? We're looking up at you. So this is episode 939. Episode 39 of the Odd News Service. If you like us, click subscribe, hit the like button, leave us a comment. You can follow us on Twitter, MeWe, and maybe Parler if it ever comes back up, but right now it's not up. I'm still putting the link on there as if it's up, but it may never come back. We don't know.
May never.
Yeah, so I'm looking at some other platforms to put the show on, but right now that's where we're at. So you can follow us on YouTube. Is probably the best place to follow us. So without any further ado.
I do.
You do?
Sometimes.
All right, let's get into this. This is your favorite school, the state your favorite college.
Furman.
Yes, Furman.
I don't even know where Furman is.
An Oklahoma state representative introduced a bill that would establish a hunting season for one of the state's most infamous species of alleged native wildlife, the Bigfoot.
Oh, I thought it was Bugs Bunny for a second. Okay, go ahead.
Representative
Bigfoot?
Justin, yeah, Bigfoot.
Go ahead.
Representative Justin Humphrey, District 19, introduced a bill to the state legislature that would call on the Oklahoma Wildlife Commission to designate a Bigfoot hunting season. The mythical ape has been the subject of numerous sightings in southern Oklahoma for years, and the region hosts an annual Bigfoot festival for fans of the cryptid. The Oklahoma Wildlife Conservation Commission shall promulgate rules establishing a Bigfoot hunting season. The commission shall set annual season dates and create any necessary specific hunting licenses and fees. The bill, if passed by the legislature and signed by the governor, would take effect November 1st. So it's now open season.
It's open season. Officially.
Yeah, all you Bigfoot hunters out there,
especially in that mountainous Oklahoma.
Yeah, the range, the crazy range of Oklahoma there.
They probably, I don't know if they look in the Wichita Mountains or whatever, but it's not.
Yeah, no, there's no such thing. It's a myth.
I do have a 7-foot cousin that does not shave often.
That might be who's been cited as a penchant for wandering through neighbors' backyards.
I think you're right.
Oh, all right. Well, let's move on. A Toronto woman was captured video when she looked into her backyard and was confronted with a bizarre sight: a squirrel holding a knife. And we've had the
give me all your nuts.
We had the squirrels last episode that were attacking people, and this one now has a knife. So apparently they're getting more violent. Andrea Diamond, who lives in the Rosedale area of Toronto, said squirrels are a common sight in her backyard, but Wednesday morning she spotted a squirrel that had picked up a paring knife she had left near a tent outside her home. Apparently knife-wielding squirrels are a thing now, she tweeted, along with footage of the squirrel. She said the rodent gnawed on the knife handle for a while before abandoning the tool. She said the animal returned a short time later to chew on the knife just a little longer. Said the squirrel did not appear to have injured itself with the sharp object. And she does have a picture, which I'll put on the screen over here. So you can take a look at this
He was just doing like an Instagram where he's trying to act all tough.
Right,
Nothing can hurt me.
So, like those kids do with their Facebook posts where they have a weapon or something. Look at how tough I am, kind of thing.
Dude, yeah. All I want to know is what. And this is impressive. What country is training the squirrels and sending them over here and weaponizing them?
Well, I think that wasn't that Toronto. I think that was where that was at. So that's Canada.
Oh,
So of course the Canadians.
Ever do? What did they ever do?
It's all that passive aggressive anger.
You're right.
That they're keeping inside. They're so nice to your face, but
we're sick and tired of paying all that tax on the maple syrup.
And now the squirrels have finally, they're taking up arms and said enough.
Yep.
Enough is enough.
You give us our nuts.
That's a lot of nuts. So that was from Kung Pao. Remember that? He goes,
give me nuts or give me death.
He just left with nuts. Kung Pao, enter the fist. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. We can move on to the next one. We've got plenty of time.
Okay.
A Canadian company is seeking full-time and part-time candyologists to serve as taste testers for the company's confections.
Right.
Candy Funhouse, based in Mississauga, Ontario. Another Canadian.
Yeah.
So the remote working positions offer $47 an hour to sample and review some of the company's 3,000 candy and chocolate treats. Yeah. Where do I sign up?
Yeah, I could do that.
Candidates should have enthusiasm and eagerness to try confectioners' products. Yes, and yes, me.
I could do it.
I feel that. I fit that. We are looking for honest and objective opinions. Oh, that's where they're not going to get anything good out of me. On the products that will be taste tested, as long as it's not black licorice or anything licorice flavored.
Right.
Every other confectioner candy I pretty well enjoy.
How about chocolate covered beets? Do you like that?
Excuse me, that is not a candy.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, this is really nice chocolate. What
You mean if you
what's
cover
inside?
something in chocolate, it doesn't make it candy?
They should put that. They should put that in the the Valentine's box with all the different chocolates. You just get one with a beet inside of it. Oh,
I'm just gonna start giving people chocolate covered things for their
chocolate covered radish.
What is it? That's a chocolate covered lamp.
Yeah.
It will melt if you use it,
Yeah. Don't turn it on.
but it works.
Yeah. You can just eat all the stuff around it. Yeah. Somebody coming in and licking the lamp.
Wow. Oh, that's gonna be a new fad.
I hope not. Because can you imagine the mess?
Coming over, man. We're gonna have some alcohol. We're gonna lick the lamp. We're gonna go all out, bro.
It's gonna be a lamp licking contest.
Lamp licking.
Yeah. In the day of COVID.
We're gonna go to the old folks' home and redo our big Twister game for the year. It's gonna be really fun.
Is that chocolate covered too? Chocolate covered twister.
It's slippery.
It's slippery.
It's slippery. I'll tell
But
you
then
that
it gets
much.
real sticky.
It gets slippery, and then you don't ask questions.
It's just disgusting. That even sounds.
Keep your clothespin on your nose. Finish the game. Go home. Get in the shower.
Shower. Yep. Well, get the garden hose off afterward.
But you're not gonna have a fun time.
No. It's gonna be the best not fun time ever. Oh, I've been to a few parties like that. Like, hey, it's gonna be great. You get there, like, it's not great. This is dumb.
47 people here. That's great.
Yeah,
Dude, there's
girls.
it's your mom and your sister, man.
Yeah, that don't count. That don't count. Yep.
That's not cool, man.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Let's see. Yeah, we got time.
Okay.
The New Jersey Supreme Court has overturned a man's bank robbery conviction because of a prosecutor's reference to a classic horror movie. During closing arguments in the case against Damon Williams, the prosecutor showed jurors a photo from the movie The Shining, depicting a character played by Jack Nicholson.
I was trying to guess the movie in my head. So.
Yeah, he was telling his terrified wife and son, "Here's Johnny," moments after breaking through the door with the axe.
Yeah.
The reference was meant to illustrate that actions can speak louder than words. In that case, I don't know how that would fit, because when he says, "Here's Johnny," I mean, it's very creepy.
That is real creepy.
And to support the prosecutor's contention that Williams should be convicted of a more serious offense, even though no threatening words were spoken to the bank teller in Camden County. The jury convicted him of second-degree robbery, which requires the use of force or the threat of force, rather than the less serious crime of third-degree theft. Prosecutors argued that Williams' conduct before and after passing a note to the teller supported the more serious charge. Williams is currently serving a 14-year term. The Supreme Court disagreed, and obviously they just said the use, here we go, quote, "The use of sensational and provocative image in service of such a comparison, even when purportedly metaphorical, heightens the risk of an improper prejudicial effect on the jury." And I agree with her.
Yeah.
Such a risk was borne out here. I actually agree with him on that, which is very rare that I agree with anything coming out of the courts these days.
True, especially Jersey.
Yeah, those rascals. But the guy just passed a note. That's not the same as, I will kill you if you don't
It's
give me all
not.
the money.
It's not.
It's just saying, give me all your money.
Yeah.
And
It is different, but
yeah, it's not as threatening.
not as threatening.
No. So he should have had the lesser conviction. He's still going to serve the lesser conviction. It's not like he's getting off scot-free or anything. But yeah, it was just kind of a weird one, though. And of course, I see the picture of "Here's Johnny," and I'm like, oh, and I'll put that up on the screen so everybody can be terrified too.
Yeah. Just this week, I saw footage of him, real footage of him prepping for that scene.
Really?
Within the scene context, like it was in there. There were other people in there getting ready. and he was walking around, sort of jumping around, doing this, and like sort of loosening up and getting his crazy face. It was awesome looking.
Wow.
He was really preparing because that's iconic.
Yeah.
And he was like, you could see how much he put into it. He put everything into it.
Yeah, it was terrifying, and it paid off. I mean, in the movie, I mean, that was one of the most. It was the
choreographing the way he did it, because he did it full power, most of it.
Yeah.
You know, you got to miss. He did. It was amazing.
Yeah, he. The thing about that scene, that when he pokes his head through, it's almost funny.
It is,
because he's panning Johnny Carson's
It's funny, but
intro.
it's terrifying. Yeah.
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 Here's Johnny. And like, the scene where he's falling upstairs. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You're not gonna feel a thing. Kind of is the idea. I was like, that's even scarier.
He put a little bit of that into anger management when he did that. Remember that when he was being obnoxious? He put some of that in there, man.
Boy, I think he kind of has that as part of his toolbox.
I
He can
think
pull
he
that
does.
crazy out of there.
He does, man.
You know, you see him in, and now we're going off on this tangent, but you see him in A Few Good Men, and the iconic scene where he's doing "You Can't Handle the Truth," and that whole, you know, he's looking at him just, you know, this. You can feel the rage coming off the guy, even though he's not really mad.
Right.
You know,
but he makes you feel like he is.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Or maybe he is really mad. Maybe that's
He
how
could be.
You know, he pulls all that energy in and makes it real.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that would be hard on me to do that for a living.
Yeah, it would be tough.
Pull all that raw energy in, and it's not.
It would take a lot out of you, man.
Yeah, I think so. All right, we've got. I think maybe we should take a break right here. Let me reset the camera up there, and then we'll get going again.
Careful what you wish for.
All right, so here's our next story.
I make myself laugh.
This one is kind of a sad in a way. This is another testament to wonderful bureaucracy.
Thank you.
French woman Jean Pouchain has an unusual problem. She's officially dead.
Oh.
She's been trying for 3 years to prove that she's alive. The 58-year-old woman says she lives in constant fear, not daring to leave her house in the village of St. Joseph in the Loire region. Authorities seized her car over an unpaid debt she contests, and which is at the center of her troubles. She fears the family furniture will be next. Pouchain's status has prevented her and her husband, who is her legal beneficiary along with her son, from using their joint bank account.
What?
Yeah, being declared deceased has deprived her of her other critical amenities. I no longer exist, Pouchain said by telephone. I don't do anything. I sit on the veranda and write. She called the situation macabre. Pouchain's status as deceased is the result of a 2017 Lyon court decision that deemed her dead, even though no death certificate was produced. The decision came at the end of a legal dispute with an employee of Pouchain's former cleaning company who was seeking compensation after losing her job 20 years ago. The initial complaint in France's Prud'homme's workers' court misfired, falling on Pouchain, whose lawyer claims her company had no responsibility for the dismissal. A series of legal proceedings, decisions, blah, blah, blah. And this whole thing is just a tangled web. But anyway, lots of judicial errors kind of led up to this, so I'm not going to follow every one of these because it's just too complex. And it doesn't even really explain what's going on.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, just because the court, you know, through these series of things, declared her deceased, now she has to...
That doesn't make sense, yeah.
Yeah, so now she's
now
going back to try
that
and
she's
find out.
deceased too, can she taste food? Can she taste?
I don't know. I know.
Can she walk through doors? That'd be cool.
Yeah, just walk.
But can she grab stuff? See, that's where they get me.
Yeah, the ghosts, ghosts are, it'd be fun for a minute, but then you realize you can't interact with them.
Yep.
That's
right.
No fun.
That's your Casper.
Yeah. I mean, you could watch free movies all the time. You could always sneak into movie theaters, but...
Dude, that'd be great.
That'd be entertaining for a while, but eventually you'd get bored
It
of
would
that.
get old, yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, you can only do that one, you go to one movie, you've seen it. Would you want to watch the same movie 50 times? Watch it every night with the audience?
Depends on what it is.
Yeah, maybe go in there to watch the people. I don't know.
That's right.
Because they don't know you're watching.
They sure don't.
Yeah. Could be doing all kinds of crazy stuff in the movie theaters. Like eating
It
popcorn.
just got PG-13, sir.
Eating popcorn and holding hands.
No, they don't do that in movie
Yeah,
theaters.
not unless they're married.
That's right. And then they really don't hold hands.
Yeah. Let's not chase that down too
Married
much
people,
further.
they go ahead and they put a buffer in there.
Yeah, married
Single
people.
guys and married
I'll
people.
tell you what married people do. We sleep in there.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
Catch up on the rest.
I took my son to a few movies. I slept through a few of them.
Yep. Like, Dad, was that a great movie? Sure. It was.
You know it was,
The
man.
10 minutes I got to watch was primo.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I knew the fish did it.
Yeah, all along. Huh?
What?
We're watching Lego Movie. Oh yeah, that's right. All right, here we go. Next story. This Scottish cuisine. In honor of Burns Night, a packet of haggis has been launched to the edge of space for the first time.
Oh man, how can you waste good haggis?
Yeah, Scottish butcher Simon Howie worked with space education and research firm Strattonauts to launch the 454-gram haggis in Perth and Kinross this month.
Did you say straddlenauts?
I don't know. No. Stratonauts.
Strattonauts?
Yeah.
I just wanted to hear it again. That's
Stratonauts. Yeah, Stratonauts. The haggis was attached to a weather balloon and soared more than 20 miles above the Earth.
Oh, of course.
Equivalent to nearly 4 times the height of Everest. Because this is what you want your haggis to do.
Well, dude, how would you get your haggis up there? Of course, you tie it to a weather balloon.
Of course. I mean, it's,
Not a flaming arrow. Go ahead.
How in the world are you going to get good haggis, you know?
That's right.
Good space haggis.
I use my peregrine falcon.
Apparently, I didn't know this about this. Burns Night is one of the most important dates on the food calendar for us, and we wanted to mark the occasion by sending the UK's best-selling haggis, the original 454-gram, to the edge of space. So I don't know what Burns Night is. I don't think this article
also
ever explains it.
Don't know what that accomplishes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like I don't know.
Oh, here we go. The Scots celebrate this on the 25th of January to mark the life and works of poet Robert Burns.
Okay.
So that's what that is. So they said that the delicacy was flying for 2 hours, 37 minutes, and covered by a distance of 52 miles. Or it's covered a distance of 52 miles, excuse me. It's transported back to the company's headquarters where it will be preserved for years to come as the first haggis in space. Hopefully that's the last haggis in space. I mean, if you sent that out...
That's a record I wouldn't have cared about.
If I was an alien and I found that, I would never visit Earth.
No,
Like,
you know what? Maybe that we have no idea that kept us safe. That kept us from an invasion. We didn't even know it.
Yeah, they're like, they shove food inside the guts of an animal.
That's right.
What kind of sick monsters do this kind of thing? Just back up.
If it's not Scottish, it's crap.
Right now they're lining up the death ray to just blow the planet up.
Oh man, they're like, oh, it's not worth it. Don't save it.
Yeah, I mean,
if it smells anything like that, don't save it.
Send them a cupcake or something.
Oh,
Maybe
man,
the
that's good.
aliens will want to visit Earth and be nice to us, but you send them a haggis, and I think that's war.
Oh, war to me.
Oh,
Might as well send me a chocolate-covered beet.
that is a horrifying food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It smells terrible. It's
That-
have you ever seen haggis?
Yeah, I've smelled
I've
it.
seen it.
I've
smelled it, but I've
It-
never tried it. I couldn't even do it.
I haven't tried it, but I have tried one thing I would never try again. Tripe, and that's gross too.
Tripe. What is
The
tripe?
brain, it's cow brain.
Oh, okay. No, I've
Or
never
lamb
tried that.
or sheep. Anyway, it's
It's some kind of brains. Yuck.
well, I think you could get beef tripe or whatever. Yeah,
Well, I remember they had do you remember the cold cut? It was called head cheese.
that's what that is.
Yeah.
That's brain.
Yeah, it's supposed to be brain.
Oh,
And I was
baby.
like- I remember my aunt had some, and I thought it was like regular lunch meat with cheese in it.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I want to try some of that. My mom was like, no, you don't want to try that.
Basically, it's just fat.
Yeah.
It's like the most fatty. Our brain is the most fatty part of us.
Yeah, it's like really kind of gross.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, mine's overweight.
well, mine has kind of shrunk down a lot because
Mine's big, but it's out of shape.
I've been dieting by watching a steady slew of CNN. Watch my brain go, just suck right into nothing. Like the scene in the Lord of the Rings where Sauron shrinks into nothing, and then
Yep.
that's what's happening to my brain.
I'm glad I can be a part of it.
All right, let's go ahead and move on here. A driver traveling from the UK, speaking of cold cuts, had his ham sandwiches confiscated by Dutch border guards, who said they were now prohibited under post-Brexit rules. Again, wonderful bureaucracy. That's why you love bureaucrats.
Love it.
Video shows an official handling one of the contraband snacks. It's so funny. This is contraband now. Neatly wrapped in foil as he asks its owner, "Do you have meat on all the bread or not?" Very, very.
That's hilarious.
"Welcome to the Brexit, sir. I'm sorry," says the smirking border official at the Hook of Holland. The footage is believed to have been recorded last Wednesday, January 6th. The UK and EU have finally negotiated a trade deal at the end of last year, meaning many rules have now changed. People traveling from a non-EU country to the bloc are not allowed to bring meat or dairy products with them. The rules in place to guard against the potential spread of animal diseases. Bull.
Yeah.
It's more of like to punish you for not being part of the European Union.
When their boss called to ask why their sandwich was confiscated, they said, "Well, sir, I mean, give me some water, sir."
No, we had to. It's the law.
We saving the country from disease. That's it. A limited amount of fruit, vegetables, and honey and fish is allowed. So there you go.
What?
Yeah.
You can have some honey.
Yeah. Okay, but don't you dare bring any meat.
Have
over
any
here.
beef.
Yeah, don't bring any food. Or don't bring any meat. So ridiculous.
Okay.
And it's all
You can have
politics.
the sweet, but you can't have the meat.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
makes
Well,
sense.
that's kind of that's
That should be their new motto.
you can have the sweets, but not the meats. I
No
like
sweets, no meats.
it. All sweets, no meats. Welcome to the EU.
PU.
PUEU.
Welcome to the EU. All right.
All right. I think we're getting close to the end here. Federal authorities seized hundreds. Yes, this is. I think this is the last story.
Okay.
Federal authorities seized hundreds. See,
Of
for
peng-
some reason, my mouth is slowing
Of
down.
penguins?
No.
Okay.
But that would be good.
Okay.
Fake sports championship rings from a memorabilia store in Florida.
What?
Yeah. Immigration and Customs Enforcement announced Thursday. The law enforcement agency's Homeland Security investigation team found 284 counterfeit sports championship rings at Friendly Confines Collectibles in Oviedo, Florida. So I'm sure this is probably, from across
Was
the
it
border
friendly
kind of stuff.
con-fines?
Yeah.
Friendly
Ding, ding, ding.
confines.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, dude, that is just crazy.
Yeah.
284?
I wonder how much they were selling them for, because, a
Yeah.
real ring they're worth a lot of money.
Yeah. It wouldn't even have to be that much, though, to make the money if they're fake, but you
Yeah.
know they could sell them for a good amount.
Oh, yeah. Counterfeiting creates wide-reaching dangers. Blah, we don't care about that.
I've seen all the Jackie Chan movies.
Let's see if there's anything else in here interesting to us. Yeah, this was predicated. They had a previous seizure made in November, and they got 54 fake NFL and 30 fake NBA rings, and they were shipped in from China and headed for that same place. So
Oh, from
I think,
China?
I think the moral is stay away from Friendly Confines Collectibles. None of the rings appear to be made from precious metals or gemstones, so they didn't have.
In other words.
Yeah, they were not only fake; they were fake.
Yeah.
Which is
It wasn't Scottish. It was crap.
it was crap.
Yeah,
crap, man.
No kidding.
Ah! We should
Dude.
do a whole show with Scottish accents.
I don't know if I could.
I think I'd be in pain physically.
I would. My throat would hurt.
Because I'd have to stretch my face out like this the whole time to talk like that.
Yeah.
Plus, you got
With me, it's just the discipline. I go back and forth.
your face when you said that. You should do the whole show like that.
Maybe.
That would be great. That probably wouldn't be. It would probably bother people after a few minutes, but it's funny.
Oh, that would be grating.
Yeah.
I'm
so
sorry, folks.
that's pretty much it. That's the end of the news for this week.
All right.